Down here in the pits as he gets ready for his semifinal matchup with Morgan Lucas. But the good thing about a guy like Antron and his job, he gets to do a lot of neat things. Like what, this week, you got to go to the Johnson Space Center. What else you get to do?
Well, I got to actually drive that lunar rover, electric rover. Now it's a cool deal, 6 wheels, go over any terrain. You know, Tassa almost had me a little scared when he drove, almost took me off the cliff. But he said, I got you. And I got to actually do the Space Shuttle Flight Simulator with Scott Kelly. He's an awesome astronaut, and he was up there at Tech. Tassa had a little bit of a rough landing, but I watched what he did wrong, and I landed it like a glove. Ain't too much I can't fly or drive, but you know what? They can have that space shuttle.
But you know what, Paul? He said the advice you gave him about the landing the space shuttle was probably the best he got.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, let me tell you, I was sitting right behind him. He greased it in. It was beautiful. Antron Brown and Morgan Lucas are on the line. In just a bit, it will be Larry Dixon and Corey McClinathan. A powerful matchup, though Brown and Lucas not all that bad.
And this is a race between two cars that had problems in the previous round, but were lucky enough to get into this round. Remember, Brandon Bernstein could not get his car backed up when he had the clutch linkage disconnect, and that allowed Morgan Lucas to get a single where he smoked the tires, and Antron had a problem with the throttle stop. It allowed it to rev the engine up, but still had enough to get his win.
Antron Brown is on his way into his 18th career final round. He runs a 387, 314 mile-an-hour pass.
Take another look at it. Antron Brown, after having that problem in the previous round, had no problem here. That thing went right down the racetrack. Obviously had no problems in the burnout. As you take a look at the launch here by Antron, picks the front end up, drops it back down, goes through the middle of the racetrack. Remember, it's a little bit tricky right here. As you look at the chassis, it's arched up through the middle of the racetrack and puts a cylinder out just before the finish line, but good enough to get him into the final.
Now the look across at Antron from Morgan Lucas. Goodbye, Antron.
Wow, you always look forward to number one going against number two. And yesterday, when you guys were 1 and 2, I think it was only 2 or 3 thousandths that separated you in your qualifying pass. So what may be in store here for this final?
It's going to be an incredible final round, you know. A little bummed because, you know, the Fram teams are doing so good. I'd like to see my teammate in the final. But, you know, number 1, 2 qualifier, what can you ask more? I mean, you got Dixon, that team's doing really well. But we're going to go out here and give it everything we got, you know. And I want to give a shout out to my crew guys not here in Germany. We love you. We miss you out here, brother. And Brian and Mark, I love this whole team. Rob, Winland, and Brad and all those guys working so hard. This Mac O'Toole's car. We're going to see if we go out this next round and pick up a little slack and be Army strong for all these guys.
Looking forward to it, AB.
All right.